My name's Michael. I recently bought a house, a very cheap house in Loire-et-Cher, region of France, which is Department 41. And I recently submitted a Déclaration Préalable to carry out basic works on the property, which would include putting in Velux windows or roof windows, changing windows, changing doors, um, and various other bits and pieces. And that was submitted in March 2025. And normally you have to wait a month before you can start the works. And this is the situation that I'm at the moment in late April 2025. So, what is a déclaration préalable? I suppose the nearest we could say in the UK would be giving building notice that you're going to be doing works that don't specifically need planning permission, which in France is a permis de construire. So the Déclaration Préalable, or DP, we're going to call it from now on, that's basically saying you want to do things like maybe put Velux windows in, or you want to change the windows or the doors, or you want to paint the house a different colour. So basically, the overall structure of the house remains the same. You're not adding necessarily to the surface, but you're wanting to do works. And in France, you tend to need to have permission for everything. I know there are lots of people out there that will have just gone on and just changed windows, and I think my neighbours next to me have kind of done that. They put a crappy looking door, which is totally inappropriate for the area, because presumably they picked it up cheap from Leroy Merlin or Brico Depot, or another sort of Brico type supplier, and it's horrible, you know. So the DP is something that, like I say, you apply for, and ordinarily, if you haven't heard anything within a month, that then gives you the opportunity to actually start the works. Now, I have a slight problem with mine, so I received an email and a letter the day before the 25th of April 2025, which stated basically you have made a declaration, a DP declaration préalable, the 20th of March 2025 on a terrain situated at blah 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 blah. And then saying it's necessary that we need to explain to you that with your declaration, in principle, in 1 month you can start, but the administration can in the month following that you depose in the depot the dossier in the mayor's office. They can warn you that there's going to be a delay because there's a further code of urbanisation which is needed, or they need to consult more on the project that you're looking to do, or if they believe that you've missed some pieces in your dossier that you haven't put in, or that it doesn't conform to what they consider to be a DP, in which case, presumably, you would then be applying for a permis de construire. So I've received the email and the letter, and the bit that concerns me is where it states SURFA cadre 4.4. Si les fenêtres de droit de l'orange engendrent la création d'une planchère, veuillez préciser la surface de planchère créée en colonne B. Okay, so what's that saying? If the windows of the roof, or the roof windows of the barn, the grange, mean that you're actually going to be you're going to be putting in another level. So you're going to be putting in a floor. Then you need to explain, or you need to give the size of the new floor that you're putting in column B. So the grange or the barn already has a floor. It already has a staircase which leads to kind of a first floor. So in real terms, I'm not creating a new level. The level's already there. And I did immediately ping an email back to the mayor to say that that was the case. Um, and I didn't get a reply straight away. And what happens now is the mayor's office is only open in my town on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I will be back there Monday because I've got a delivery coming, and I shall stay the night, and then on Tuesday, hopefully I'll be able to speak to the mayor and explain to him that there shouldn't be a delay because, like I say, I'm not actually putting a new floor into the barn. The floor is already there, and hopefully they will be able to sort of tick that box, and then I will have um, given the month's notice, and then I will be able to start. If not, the problem you've got is if they, even if you, by ticking the box and saying actually no, I don't need to add that to it, they could suggest that that starts the new delay of a month before the works can be carried out. And this being France, that may well end up being the case. So I'm fingers crossed. And I'm actually doing this on a Saturday, Saturday the whatever it is, 26th of April 2025, and hoping that when I speak to the mayor on the 29th, that there isn't going to be an issue with this, and I'll be able to continue to actually start the work because obviously time is of the essence for me, and I need to. The delivery that's coming on Monday will be the timbers necessary to redo the roof. I picked up the other bits while I was in the UK, things like the membrane, the nails, and stuff like that. And yesterday evening, I actually picked up three more Velux windows, second hand, which I found on the Bon Coin. So I now have my five windows ready to go for the house. So, like I said, fingers crossed that there won't be any further delays.